everyone, it's Gail. This little episode of my craft room tour, I am going to go through the drawers that are they're actually, let me back up. They are right across from my work table. So this is the stuff that I grab for all the time as I'm journaling. So we'll go through that a little bit. I have stuck right here in between my embellishment box. I have some covers that I've already made. So those stand right there. And then the first drawer, I have tools that I use all the time. The paper punches, my corner punch, the utility knives, some scrapbooking scissors in the back. So this is kind of the tools drawer. And then this next drawer is stamp pads, all sorts of random stamp pads. Oh, that's a sticker off my Tim Holtz thing. The stickers don't really stick very well. As you can see, this one's curling and about to fall off. So it fell in the drawer, apparently, where the stamp pads live. So these are all the randomly colored stamp pads and things that, aren't distressings. These are just a hodgepodge, ones that have been given to me, and yeah. So, green and yellow and red and gold and all sorts of things. And then under that are my distress stamp pads. So there's 2 rows in the back here. And then these are my little ones. I have a few of the little archival inks that are there. There's another box of the little distress inks. And then all my different colors of applicators. So that's the distress inks. And then this is kind of like most used washi tapes. I think if you've been watching this series of craft rooms, this is number 4 place that there's washi tape in my craft room. So, and then this drawer is buttons. This is some wonderful yarn that I got that it works really well to put through your buttons and tie a little bow. And I've got multiple jars, and I have more in the sack, more in this big jar. These are more like the ones that are made, by various brands. And the ones in the sack were my grandmother's for the most part. There's a few others, and then I have some other little jars that I work from. And then the front of that drawer, let me pull these out. I'll pull these out and put them over on my table so you can see. So these are my bits jars, and the one without a lid are smaller bits than the ones in the red jar. So these are more like, let me open this. Sorry, I'm waving you around again. These are ones where I've got quite a bit of whatever it might be. Okay, this one now qualifies as a small bit, so it's going over there. But yeah, so these have a little more to them. So there's all sorts of stuff in there. And so this is, I keep this right at the ready, because then I just try and use these up. In here, besides the laces, there's also like little bits of fabric that would be good for layering. Like here's one that's, yeah. So just things like that are little bits go in there. So that one goes back in there, and then this one. So yeah, so those couple things live in this drawer and are just handy for me to grab. I have that lid on right. Yep. And then down another one is journal fabric. And so these are bigger pieces of, this is the kind of fabric that I like to use for flips or things like that. This little box here has tiny bits to strips to larger bits that would be actually about the right size for a flip. So that's in there, and then this box has cheesecloth and some doily bits and stuff in that are good for layering. So that's my journal fabric. Then this bottom drawer, which is sadly kind of breaking, but this is all coffee dyed fabric for the most part. So yeah, it's all the pieces that I've coffee dyed, and then muslin type stuff over here. And then in the front I have a few of the crocheted flowers and some bits. I think this bag I had taken when I was going somewhere and want to create and wanted that. So yeah, so that's like the super handy fabric. And then coming over here, these are my project bins. I might go ahead and do another video on those, but these colored drawers then, this one is journal cards, and it is jammed full. So this is a little bit of everything. There's just journaling cards of all sorts in here. Here's some coffee dyed Project Life cards. Here's the Project Life card that's gridded. And then there's these little ones from Hobby Lobby that you guys have probably seen. And then some of these as well from Hobby Lobby that are this size that make good journaling cards. So that is there. And then on the side here, I have my friend Catherine came across a giant stash of stamps at the thrift store. And these I kind of sorted through. So this whole bag is like Queen Elizabeth. So all of those stamps are Queen Elizabeth, and they go in there. And then these are kind of favorites that I would use for sure. Like, I mean, that's a perfect stamp for some of my design team projects with either Tsunami Rose or Artie Mays. So those stamps are there. And then I have Project Life cards here that I grabbed to alter. And again, I have a video on that if you want to check it out. Then this next drawer is library cards. These are pockets from Camelia's Papercraft in front, but then there's all sorts of library cards, all different kinds. And then these are sort of just different envelopes. And then back here is more stamps. All of these are stamps. So I need to be doing some Happy Mail. Yep, all of this is stamps. And then this next drawer, which seems to be wanting to pull out the one ahead of it, is notepads and flashcards. So this is just all sorts of random notepads that I like to put them in traveler's notebooks. So pick them up at Target in the dollar spot sometimes, and Michael's. So yeah, so that's what that is. And then these are all flashcards back here. So yeah, so that's what's in that drawer. Then this drawer is envelopes, all sorts of envelopes. So like there's handmade little ones, bigger ones going to bigger, and then just all sorts of random ones. These I got at an estate sale that were all different colors. They were kind of fun. Haven't used those in a while. It's good to go through your drawers sometimes and see what you haven't used in a while. Then I have a section for envelopes and note cards, and just a variety of those. These are ones I made with my envelope maker, and they have tags on the inside. So yeah, that's just all sorts of random envelopes. And then the bottom one is sacks. Again, all sorts of sacks. At the front, I have some of my decorated bags. I only have 3 of them made up right now, but those I can just grab and put in a journal. I'm going to start working on a sewing journal, so I'm going to keep that one out. So those are at the front, so I can easily find those. I have Chili's bags in here that they put their silverware in. You know, just a little bit of everything. These are really pretty. I love those. So this is my sack area. So that, I think, about does it for the drawers. And we will just see you next time for another section of the craft room. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.